In terms of the sale, why did you decide that then was the right time? Having gone, oh, this guy's crazy when he was advising you, to, oh, I might sell now. What was that transition?
Never really had a desire to sell, but I always felt it was my duty to listen to people when they wanted to buy, right? I would always learn something along the way. So anyways, we had a couple of companies come knocking a couple of years ago, and, I listened to them. I opened the door, and it went a little further than normal. Because there were pretty compelling offers, and I had a senior team that you have to get your senior team involved, right? Mm-hmm. And once they get involved, it's almost like they get a taste of blood. They're like sharks they're on the scent, right? And they want to win. This is what like high performance senior leaders do. They want to win. And we got to the end of that process, and the offers weren't there for me. And we ultimately said, no, we didn't do anything. And that's a huge letdown for the senior team. That's like you're coming from this high of like, and remember, these are people who also did not want to sell. They joined because we were a bootstrapped company, but we had all kind of mentally switched and said, all right, we're ready. It is time to do this.
And you see your number. You see your number and you're like, I would.
Yeah. And then you take it away. And then, so I had this conundrum. I was like, and I was sick and tired of the whole process, by the way, because it takes away 6 months of your innovation and your your momentum and stuff. It's distracting. And so I was at this point where I was telling everybody, I was ready to tell them, never again. I'm not going through this process. We're going to stay bootstrapped, self-funded. If you don't like that, it's time to go, right? Because I'm drawing the line, never again. And I was like days away from sending that memo to my senior leaders. And I got that call from Catalyst, and they said, this one's different. You need to listen to this. And I said, sure, fine. And it was Intuit. And I listened to Alex Chris, and he knew small business. He had built a startup before that served small business. He runs a small business, self-employed group at Intuit. He talked about small business in a way no other leader had talked to me about it before. He knew the same stuff that, Dan and I knew. And that's very, very rare. And he talked about it with a passion that I'd never heard before. And we talked about, what it would be like to combine forces. And I kind of felt like, Mailchimp was at a place where it needed to go to the next level. I needed to hire another leader to get us there. Or I could join forces with Intuit, and it could be like, Intuit was like this big jet, the ones that refuel the small fighter jets. And I kind of felt like this is like a refueling moment for us. We can just like connect, get pumped full of fuel, and then take off with our mission and continue, getting Mailchimp to its big act 2. So it was very compelling. We talked for a year, by the way. The whole thing was an entire year of due diligence and sort of courting each other, testing the waters here and there. So I don't know. I don't know that there was any one thing that said, this is it. Now is the time. I was really like hesitant about the whole thing the entire time, but it was really just, I guess, it was just too compelling to say no.